Hello everybody, we are in the backyard now and it's coming down. We are definitely getting the snow that's supposed to be coming. It's gonna be an interesting night, guys. Stay tuned, I hope you enjoy. Hey guys, Tristan with Dirtbag Odyssey here. A bit of a surprise video today, to be honest. Was just gonna be a camping video. I bought this poncho just to try out, see if I like ponchos, and camp in some snow and some freezing rain, but it's too good not to talk about, guys. I'm not affiliated with these guys. Mil-Tec, Dutch company, I believe. And I believe this is the Flecktarn camo, 4-color camo, which is European, Dutch, German. I want to say Dutch, actually. But this product seems phenomenal. Really heavy-duty ripstop. Really nice PU coating. Doesn't feel like it's going to flake at all. It just feels like a really decent poncho. Not what I was expecting, actually. I was expecting kind of really light, easy to puncture. Complete opposite for the price. If you're looking for kind of that middle ground poncho that's not like a dollar store one, but maybe not like a $120 poncho, I would say this is probably the way to go. Feels amazing. It's heavy duty-ish and a little heavier on the heavier side, but it feels quality, so I think that kind of makes up for it. Without further ado though, let's get outside. Let's actually see how this does. And yeah, put it through the ringer. We're supposed to get 25 centimeters and some freezing rain, so we'll see if it happens, but if not, we get to try out a new poncho, so that's pretty exciting, guys. Let's fire up the GoPros and head outside. All right. Hello everybody, we are in the backyard now and it's coming down. We are definitely getting the snow that's supposed to be coming. I've heard about 25 centimeters. I don't know if that's true, but it is supposed to get freezing rain. Got my trusty canoe bag with me, taking shelter under our lovely pine, and it's gonna be windy, about 60-kilometer-an-hour winds, but shouldn't get too cold. So what I'm thinking actually is we're gonna set up half the shelter under this. There's some possums that live in that shed over there, so hoping they don't come pay me a visit. I don't see any tracks, so we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna get the poncho on, give you guys a little look. We'll get it kind of set up and try and get a fire going in this fire pit that's buried. So it's gonna be an interesting night, guys. Stay tuned, I hope you enjoy. Well guys, I'm in the Flecktarn poncho by Mil-Tec. Here it is. Covers really nicely right up to the boot height. I'm about 6'2", so this should fit you pretty nice. I'll see if I can set this GoPro up and do a little spin for you guys. It's got some nice buttons down the side. They can clip either together with another poncho to make a bigger shelter, or you can clip it up so you just have little arm holes, so it's a little more snug fit. And then on the inside it does actually have some little rope that you can attach to your body, so pretty standard, I feel like. Pretty like USGI style. And yeah, it feels really good material though. Inside PU coating feels really nice. A lot of people said online Mil-Tec wasn't very good quality, but I'm pretty blown away with this, and I actually ordered one for my girlfriend as well. That's how happy I was with this product. So I'll put you down for a second, give you a little spin around, and you can see how it looks. All right guys, there you go. Blowing in the wind. Don't really want to zip it up just because I got to take it off in about 2 seconds, but you can see how big it is. Nice and big, stretches out really good. Nice big hood, does snap together like I said, and all the eyelets actually come pre-strung with some rope, so that's pretty cool as well. Without further ado though, before it gets dark in about 20 minutes, I'm gonna try and set this up. We'll see how it goes. Well guys, snow's still coming, but we got our shelter for the night. It's actually pretty cozy inside. There's not much to it really. I mean, it's a poncho, so kind of got it set up, and then we do have this ground sheet that I'm going to try and use as well, and if worse comes to worse, I can kind of wrap up in it. Survival situation, you wouldn't have this, you'd probably just have this on you. Hopefully you'd have this, but this should work pretty well. Let's take a little zoom out. Nothing too crazy, pretty low to the ground, and unfortunately we're in the backyard, so I really only have limited options, but something that would be nice as well is grab a hold of that, lift that up, you get a little more space, but is what it is. This really just keeps snow off of me. Now you do have to obviously tie up the hood, so just loop it on one over, and then you can either loop it around or loop it back over itself and then tie it around. Yeah, any way to make it waterproof. And then you can also kind of pat these down helps with the wind and helps kind of keep that heat in, but we're facing against the wind, so we should stay nice and warm. Bent a couple tent pegs trying to get it up, so unfortunately I had to go to that tree and that fence, so not ideal, but is what it is. Should keep us nice and sheltered. I think next step is going to be trying to make a fire because it's getting dark and snow's coming down pretty good, if I'm honest. So yeah, get the fire going and see what the next step is. Well guys, where's the fire pit? If that log was sticking out, you'd have no idea. For reference, this fireplace is probably, I don't know, maybe 6 inches out of the ground. So we already got a pretty good amount of snow. I mean, that tells you right there, this isn't even ground level. Gonna make light the fire not so awesome, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Well guys, we got a very limited amount of wood here, so I'm gonna start with this little homemade fire starter. Just get it up before it gets dark. No mess around. Hopefully this box will shelter some of the wind. I can throw some of this on. I don't know how this is gonna light. Might have to try another way, but we'll give this a shot, see what happens. Hopefully that goes now. Let that slowly go. And essentially, let's take some of this. And hopefully that starts to create a fire. I don't know how much faith I have in this, but we'll see. Well, I can't believe that it actually worked. We'll see what happens. It's just really cardboard on fire now, but it's got a good base, so that's all that matters. I pointed the fire into the wind using that barrel, and it worked well. So not the most survivor man technique, but for backyard camping, you know what, it'll do. It'll do. Just gotta try and find some dry wood now. I do have a trailer full of dry wood, but unfortunately it wasn't tarp, so it's no longer dry wood. You can see that wind doing nice. I'm gonna chop some of this stuff up and we'll see what we can and can't do with it. Hey, that's not bad actually. Well, I've got some little wood chips in. Important tip, don't ever get your knees wet, okay? One, if you kneel down in the dirt and stuff, dirt really gets in there and it really breaks down the fabric, so always try to be in either a squat or have something under you. And two, it really just kind of makes for an unpleasant experience, so try to keep your knees out of the ground and really practice that caveman hunch, you know what I mean? Split open some wood, found a dry little core, so just splitting off some little shoots here and feeding it to the fire. We'll see how she does it. Let me adjust my camera out here. Whoop. Oh yeah, look at that. Let's see what we can do. That is working primo. We got a nice little fire going now. Even with some wet wood, so it's important to get that dry base going. And especially in the wintertime, it'll really save you. So we'll chop up some of this wood and try and process it down. We'll see how it goes. Oh, what a good little axe, man. What a good little axe. Perfect. So there you go, guys. Even with 3 wet logs making a log cabin, I was still able to find a little bit of dry wood. I did kind of cheat, not very survivor man of me, but you use what you got. And it's really getting dark, so I really wanted to make sure I had some source of light before it got dark and I started losing stuff. So I'm gonna chop up some more wood and then we'll enjoy a nice fire and watch the 25 centimeters snow come down. Today we got some coconut curry soup, my favorite. And then we actually have a bit of naan bread we're going to try cooking on the fire. It's already pre-cooked, but that's alright. Nothing wrong with that. What we need to do though is empty this soup into here. Let's do that quick. Well, we got the soup on the fire now. Woo! Didn't like that. Hang on. There we go. Got the soup on the fire now. Good news, only spilt a bit. Bad news, I spilt a bit. That's okay though. As long as we don't spill it coming out, life will be good. Now I gotta go try and dig for a spoon though. That'll be interesting. Always pack your bag accordingly, kids. I'm pretty sure I packed at the top, but now I have a handful of non here that I don't know what to do with, so that is going to be interesting. Yeah, let's maybe put that, and that's gonna burn. Oh yeah, all right, and that's all mushrooms, so probably not a good idea. Stay tuned, kids. I got my spoon, guys. Life's good. Non-bread held up right over there. That's probably not a bad spot for that, actually. Other than that corner is I thought I smelled something burning. Yep, that is definitely burning. That is hot as balls, kids. Woo! It's gonna have to do right there for now. Stir this up. Oh yeah, that's not bad. That's gonna be good. Alright. That looks pretty awesome, actually. It's not legit curry, but it'll definitely do. Not bad. Woo! That wind's kicking up some fears now. Got our non-bread, got our curry here. Let's give it the first try. That's good. Oh. That was good. Good camp meal is always so nice. Keeps nice and toasty. Well, that was a good meal. Last bite. Woo, that smoke's getting me. That was my last bite of pita right here. Let's enjoy that. That's good. That smoke is not, but that was good. I cannot recommend bread and soup enough. It's so good. It's good sustenance. Fills you up for bed. And the soup's just nice, right? It keeps you nice and warm. Gets your internal body temperature up. It's delicious. It's not quite as good as a true homemade curry, but whew, that's pretty good though. It's officially time to set up the bed here. So far, least favorite shelter to do that in, to be honest. Yeah, it's not very high. By the head's fine, and if I was a little closer to the tree, I think I would have had no problem stringing this up. But it's super windy, so I wanted to be out of shelter, or be sheltered as much from the wind as possible, so I guess that's gonna have to come at a sacrifice to my feet, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully I don't wake up covered in snow, but yeah, it'll be a good test for how strong these grommets are. I have faith though. I'm gonna get the baby bag out, guys, and I'll shoot you a video once we're inside and comfy, hopefully. See how that goes. I actually have a new sleeping bag that was given to me, so I'm excited to try that out. Outbound Selkirk. Yeah, -7. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, the other one's about 0 degrees, so this will be interesting. Outbound, I believe, is Canadian Tire brand, I think. This one's definitely not lightweight, so hopefully it's nice and warm. We'll see though. Only time will tell. But free is free. Well, guys, I'm under, that's better. I'm under the Ranger Diamond now, or the plow, whatever you want to call it. You know what? Getting in here, I was like, this is gonna suck. And I definitely need to refine my system and think about some things, because woo, I'm definitely getting some snow in there when I try and set everything up. I should have set it up before. Probably had that cowboy roll going with everything inside, but I was kind of in a rush today, so I kind of feel bad I didn't really get too much content on the side of things. But it'll just be kind of a nice quick little video. This is the worst snowstorm this year for sure. We'll see if it actually comes. Right now it's just kind of like frozen little freezing rain, so yeah, we'll see what we actually get. I more so just wanted to test this out and let you guys know how this was. Sorry. I'm pretty comfy under here though, guys. It's pretty small, but belly sleeping, I feel like it's gonna be the vibe with this. getting a bit of a cross breeze, so I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But I'm comfy right now and pretty warm, so life's good. Gonna shut the camera off, I think, soon, and just lay here. Just lay here and think about my decisions. I'm just kidding, guys. I think it's important to do hard things. A lot of people may ask why I do these kinds of things and not just sleep in a tent like a normal person, or don't camp at all. One, I really like camping, but the reason I don't do it in a really expensive four-season tent like I did have, and I actually never used, to be honest. The reason I do stuff like this is because it sucks at the end of the day, right? Like, this builds character, and I think it's important to do hard things and stuff that sucks. There's a lot of people talk about that. I really don't need to talk about that. A lot of people hate on David Goggins. He's one of them. Jocko Willink, Joe Rogan, all those guys, you know what I mean? They kind of got me onto that train. But then the more you deep down, or the more you dig deep into that rabbit hole, the more you realize there's really something to that. And there are a bunch of studies out that just talk about what happens in your brain when you do uncomfortable stuff. And I think anyone who's done something hard not only knows the gratification, but they're a better person because of it. I think it's important to struggle. I think it's important to do uncomfortable things. At one point in my life, I was really scared to sleep at the end of the garden, maybe an acre away from my house, right? It's not my house. Very important to note that I'm homeless. But you know, it would have scared me, and here I am, not only not doing it in a tent, but doing it in a blizzard. And you know what? Of course there's gonna be times that you're scared, you hear noises that you're unsure of, but that's what makes it part of the uncomfortableness, and then you slowly work your way up, right? I still have fears about sleeping in the woods, to be honest, so that's something I am working towards solo. I'm all right with people, but the second I've seen too much stuff in my day on the TV, you can't unsee that. That's important to know. So yeah, just get out there, guys. Get uncomfortable. You'll live a better life because of it. I really believe that. And I think there's so many upsides to doing hard things. And then, you know what, you try something once, you're like, that sucked, that was too hard, I was too uncomfortable. You never have to do it again. You just have to do it once, but it's important to do it once. Another reason I do this, though, is I just really want to prove to people that you don't need to spend a lot of money to do stuff, right? That's the kind of the whole thing behind the Dirtbag Odyssey. It's living a better life with less money. I've definitely fallen into the trap before of buying a bunch of stuff and just having a lot of materialistic things and thinking that's going to make me happy and I'll have better experiences because of the things I own, but it's really not the case. It's quite the opposite, actually. You don't need to spend $50 to have a good time, right? Or have crazy adventures. I say 50 bucks because that's the price of campsites these days, which is ridiculous. But look, you don't need to spend 50 bucks at a campsite. And you don't really have to go too far to have crazy adventures. I mean, I'm sleeping in a blizzard right now. I've slept in -20, you know what I mean? All in the backyard. And it's all within stone's throw of my house. Not my house, important note, but it's good, right? Like, not only does it build character doing silly stuff like this, but it's fun. It's free. It literally cost me nothing other than some gear. And yeah, I don't know. Stick to the free stuff, guys. You'll enjoy it. You don't need to spend money. Just get out there and have fun. That's all that matters. Life's too short to sleep every day inside, right? That's gonna be it for me, though. I'm gonna put this headlight out, wrap it around my neck. Oof. Turn on this GoPro and hit the hay and hopefully fall asleep and hopefully not wake up completely buried under snow. Hopefully these eyelets hold up and don't burst on me, otherwise it's gonna be a rude awakening. But I got a bungee cord on one side that should help take the tension off. Anyway, guys, I will see you in the morning. Well, guys, it's morning. We did it. We survived the night, and pretty comfortably, actually. Once I found my groove, it was alright. Finding what was comfortable took a little bit. I found it hard because I'm kind of a side sleeper, but everything goes numb when you're outside if you're side sleeping. So yeah, I just kind of had to suck it up, and my right arm went numb. For the first little bit, I was on my belly. That wasn't too bad either. Stuff started to go numb, but That might not have been horrible. Yeah, this has been a great shelter though. Kept snow off me, kept the rain off me. It did rain about 2 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, I feel good. It's been a great shelter. I felt really comfortable under it too, and really protected and pretty safe. So yeah, I would highly recommend this, guys. I'm gonna try and get out now and see how much snow we got in here. All right. Well, guys, out of bed now. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. Got my little booties on and just kind of walking around camp now. If you can call it camp. I don't know if you can call it camp. The place I slept last night. We got some snow, that's for sure. Definitely nothing too crazy, but it's the most we've had in a long time. Take a look. So this was pretty buried. I don't think it really does it justice. You can't see the other line. That's gone. And there was literally a trench there. And halfway through the night, I walked over there to pee as well. So yeah, that line is out of the ground. That's in the ground now. You can tell as soon as you get away from the tree, it goes down. So definitely got some snow. Shelter worked pretty mint. Definitely started to get buried. Could feel it. But yeah, you just kind of push it off and life is good, you know? Oh, but it's not snow now. And it's supposed to get more snowy and more rainy. So before that happens, I'm going to go inside, pack everything up, and go make myself a coffee, I think. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. The poncho is something I'd highly recommend, to be honest. A lot of people online were saying the Mil-Tec stuff wasn't great, but this poncho is fantastic. And to hold the weight it did last night, I'm really impressed. There was probably at least 20 to 30 pounds of snow at one point on it, to the point that I actually struggled to almost get it off of me. Not struggle, but you know what I mean. There was a lot. I was pretty surprised, and I could definitely feel it starting to weigh down on me. So the fact that the eyelets even held up, I'm sure the bungee had something to do with that, but still, I'm pretty impressed. So yeah, once again, guys, this is a Mil-Tec poncho. I'd highly recommend it. USGI style. It's pretty good. Let's take one last look at it. Yeah, pretty good. Hood stayed tied up. Well, that's gonna be it for me, guys. Before it starts to pee down in snow and rain, trying to get inside and get everything inside, so getting too soaked. But that's a problem for me, not you guys. Once again, Tristan with Dirtbag Odyssey. This was the Mil-Tec poncho, something I'd highly recommend adding to the kit for the price. You really can't beat it, and to be honest, it's one of my favorite shelters I've been under. It's the only shelter I've got sleep under, so I think that says something. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Have a good rest of your day, and happy camping.